Yeah. Hi friends, welcome back. Very good morning. So this is Ravi Kanth Ravi. I was going to be teach you like Selenium automation. So let me brief myself. I was work for the company Prolifix and I was been working for the client VMware since 11 years. I'm having offshore and I'm having on-site experience in California. I traveled for 1 year. I stayed there. I worked for the client VMware for 1 year. So right now I was giving fully corporate trainings, the people who are really looking for job oriented. Okay, in this part of the course, I was classified into different parts. So like 80 hours is total duration of your course, and then I classified into various parts. Like 20 hours, I was teaching you like core Java. 20 hours, I was teaching you like a Selenium. 10 hours, I was teaching you like DevOps tools like GitHub servers, Jenkins, and Marvins. And last 30 hours, I was discussing on the frameworks and projects like TestNG framework, BDD Cucumber framework, and hybrid framework, data-driven approach, page object model approach. This all together, I was discussing you like 30 hours total together. I classified into multiple parts in 80 hours. So here I was first starting with the core Java because the core Java acts vital role here, friends. So if you want to do the Selenium automation, you must be sounds good in technology. Like any of the tech language, you must be sounds good. Like to do your web driver automation, you must have any of the language bindings must be sounds good. Like what are the language bindings it supports? Like core Java, Selenium, okay, core Java, Python, C Sharp, Ruby, JavaScript, any of the language binding by Selenium supports to automate that web driver scripts. Any of the language binding you must be sounds good. So here I was going to teach you core Java with Selenium. Yes, so all the core concepts I am going to be you for 20 hours. After that, Selenium. Even if you go to interview also, 50% questions asked from the core Java, 20% questions asked from the Selenium concepts, 30% questions asked from the your frameworks, automation frameworks. So that's why I classified the structure. Friends, now let's start our session. I hope everyone is experienced. I think most of the people are working as manual or some are some different domains. Okay, so let's start our session. So what is a testing? Why do we do a testing? Can anyone? What is a testing? Why do we do a testing? Can anyone answer? Come on. What is a testing? Why do we do a testing? Anyone?
Because to test the application,
To test the application. Irrespective to?
to the user customers, like how it is working,
Okay.
meet their to meet their
Okay. Okay. Fine. To ensure that testing is to ensure that my product is defect-free product. So checking the quality with actual functionality with expected behavior. So whether both are equal or not. To check the performance, we we uh, we do the testing. We do the testing, right? So to ensure that product is defective product, we have to conduct the testing. So testing, earlier people used to do the testing in manual. Nowadays people are talking about automation. Is automation is replace of manual? Is automation is replace of manual? No. Manual will be there, automation will be there. Then when we go with automation, I will tell that. Before that, we want to know about testing. Why we have to do testing means to check the quality of that product. So take one example, you are manufacturing a car. So with some requirements, you have tested, you have designed a car. So before launching into the market, we have to ensure that my car is perfect or not. is working as per expected functionality or not. I need to conduct the testing on my car. How can I conduct testing on my car? Traveling the car on highway roads, is my job is enough? No, I have to test my car traveling in different road aspects, because I was targeting my product car has to be promoted to end customers. End customers can stay in different localities. They can use my car for different needs. It has to be fulfill that requirements. So the people who are staying in village people, I'm targeting to purchase. The people who are staying in a towns, I was targeting to purchase. The people who are staying in city areas, I'm targeting to purchase. And the people who are staying in a hill areas, I was targeting to purchase. And the people who are staying in a forest roads, I'm targeting to purchase. So different locality peoples I am targeting to purchase my car. Such a way I design a car. So I not need to not to test only the highway roads. I must test in all the different platform roads. Like, you know, in a town we can see, like in village we can see the road like we can sand roads, and in towns we can see like concrete roads, cement concrete roads, and in cities we can find the blacktop roads, and we can see in the hill areas we can see like peak roads, and in the forest we can see like zigzag roads. Like this different platform roads, we have to conduct the testing in driving my car, ensuring that yes, my car is perfect. We have to ensure that. So not only one platform road, we have to check in all the platforms, not only in traveling in multiple platform roads. We have to apply the load in the car, and we have to apply the gears. First gear, one load, second gear, one load, third gear, three loads, like this. Again, second gear, all the loads. Like traveling in different roads, applying different loads, applying different gears, and traveling in all the roads, we have to make sure my car is driving perfectly in all the end-to-end scenarios to ensure that my car is defect-free product. So then only my testing was 100% done. Then in that, during the testing, if any defects I noticed, I will be raising an issue, and I will be assigning to some respective development team or respective team. Once that got fixed, we'll get back the defect. We have to retest the defect, whether it's perfectly working as actually expected. Then we continue our execution process, all the end-to-end test cases. In the process testing, is everything is done, then we can give green signal. Yes, my car is defect-free car. We can now release into the market. Now we can release into the market. The same way, not only the car, any product in the market, every product is developed means we have to conduct the testing, right? So come to the application, software application. With some requirements, you are developing some features in the project. So once you develop that, are we going to be deploying to the production server directly? No, we are not deploying your software developer code directly, not into the production server. So before deploying the developer code into the production server, to make sure we have to conduct the testing. So how can we test that? Can we test in Windows with Chrome browser? Is my testing is enough? No. Yes, friends, we have to conduct the testing not only in a one platform, in one browser, many platforms and many browsers, because end customers will open your business, some in Windows with Chrome, Windows with Safari, Windows with Firefox. Some may open Mac with Chrome, Mac with Safari. Some persons can open a Linux in any of the browsers. Okay, so I need to reach my product to the end customers, because end customers can open any platform OS on any browser. It should be compatible to every platform and every browser. Such a way I need to conduct the testing one single functionality in all the platforms and all the browsers. How you tested one single car in all the platforms? The similar way, once you develop any product, that has to be tested thoroughly in multiple platform OS and multiple browsers. Ensure that my product is defect-free product. During this testing, any defects you noticed, you raise it, you retest it, and you continue the regression. Then you give the signal, yes, my product is defect-free product. Then only that code is being pushed into the production server. Then only end customers can open your business, opening respect in the OS, opening in respective browser. They can do the business in your website. So testing is occupied all of the sectors, not only in the automobiles or any software. Every product you develop, you test it and fix the defects and retest it, continue the testing and complete end-to-end scenarios and give the green clean sheet to release that product. Okay, testing is mandate. Okay, friends, here I said before deploying that code into the production server, okay, when the code is presented, before that, before deploying the code into the production server, where is my code? Friends, once any requirement comes, see the stages how it follows. I was giving the picture here. See your friends in notepad. So first the first part will be starting from the development team, right? Developer will be involved in to develop that new features as per the requirements, right? Suppose developers will be involving, they'll be having some separate server called dev server. The development team will be involving in this dev server in developing that requirements what they got. Once they develop the code in development server, internally company having one more server for testers. Test server will be there. In this test server, after developing the code in dev server, that code will be deployed into the test server. The testers will be involving in testing your test cases in the test server. Friends, nowadays everyone is following the agile process, agile methodology. What is the agile methodology? Parallel development, parallel testing. Earlier we having so many varieties of models are there where once development is done, then they used to do the testing. But now in agile process, not like that. Parallel development, parallel testing has to be happen. So first involvement will be a developers. Okay, to developer server will be getting access the code. Suppose they are developing for Amazon. How the URL get access through developer server means https://www dot hyphen some dev15 dot amazon.com. This is the dev server accessing URL. Okay, once the developers develop, the code is deployed to the test server. Here development activity will be being developed in the phase wise. In agile process, we follow the sprints in developing that code. So based on the functionality, we are breaking down that functionality in a different sprints. The sprint days can calculate it based upon the functionality nature. So for suppose in a project, what I supposed to develop, it contains I segregated 5 modules as 5 I was taking as a sprints, 5 sprints. Suppose first sprint can take 5 days to complete based upon the nature of the behavior of application. Second sprint can take 2 days to complete. Third sprint can take 3 weeks to complete. Fourth sprint can take 1 month to complete that. So we can't justify the sprint days should be this much. Based on the functional behavior, sprint days will be get calculated, right? So as for the sprints, sprint 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the code's being developed in this dev server. So suppose first sprint 1 takes 2 days. This sprint 1 code will be deployed into the test server. Parallel development, parallel testing. In meanwhile, sprint 2 is getting developed. It takes 2 weeks to complete. After 2 weeks, this is going to be deployed to this. The sprint 3 takes 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, this code is going to be deployed here into test server. Like parallel development, parallel testing will be happen, right? Yes. So how we access the test server? So how we access test server? So will be like test 15. Okay, so dev server having this URL, test server having this. When the development happens parallelly in the sprint phase and parallelly the code is deployed to the test 15 server, the testers will be involved in conducting the regressions. So regression means what I said, testing the single test case not only one platform and one browser. Need to conduct testing in many platforms and many browsers. Repeatedly we are executing again, right? That's called regression. So here conducting the regressions can be take 2 to 3 cycles. Can take 2 to 3 cycles of regressions. Regressions 2 to 3 cycles can happen because why? It is a agile process. Parallel development, parallel testing is happening that. Whenever some piece of code sprint is developed, was deploying here, the testers will start conducting testing on that sprints what been developed. So in one cycle we cannot. In one cycle we cannot develop. We cannot ensure that my product is defect-free product. In cycle one, some functionalities. In cycle two, some. In cycle three, some more. So we'll be completing iteratively like 2 or 3 based upon that company norms. There'll be minimum 2 or 3 cycles regressions will conducting that. So once in any of the cycle we get any issues, we retest, we fix that, we continue the regressions. Okay, once everything is crystal clear, every functional is working with actual with expected, my code is perfectly done. Here we did functional testing, that functional testing we did in 3 cycles. So once the functional testing was done, the next it was moved to the performance tuning. So there will be like separate performance server will be there. So how we access this performance? The test code will be deployed to the performance server. Then performance team will be tuning that durability, longevity, like all these things. Performance will be testing in this performance server. Once every performance is perfectly done, then the code is ready to deploy into the production server. Before deploying the code into the production server, I will be deploying my code into the stage server. Stage is a kind of pre-production server where we conduct the smoke executions. We conduct the smoke executions in a stage server. The stage I am treating this as a pre-production server. I was treating this stage as a pre-production server. Before deploying the code into the directly to the production, I was deploying the code from performance to the stage. Then the stage, I was doing some smoke executions. Here I was doing that smoke executions. So in smoke, what we do? In the regressions, already we did the regression testing. Suppose here we having 100 test cases. Here we having 100 test cases. Here we having 100 test cases. In out of 100 test cases, in a smoke, we will be identifying the high level scenarios out of 100. Suppose I identified 10 test cases out of 100. The 10 test cases are highly impacted. If the 10 test cases are not functioning properly, dependent to the 10 test cases, remaining 90 are blockers. Like this, I am identifying the high level scenarios in the regression out of 100 out of 10 I identified. That 10 test cases I was conducting as a smoke executions. If any of these 10 test cases are getting any issue, I will fix that. Then this, after doing the smoke executions on stage environment, then this code is being pushed into the production server. Then this code is being pushed into the production server. So how the productions URLs will be there? This will be like this, right friends? This will be like this. See this the stage happens. First development stage, develop and deploy into the test 15. Testers involved in doing the testing on test 15 server. Then the code is being deployed to the performance server. Deployed to the performance server to check the performance tuning. Then next, the code is being pushed into the stage server. There we conduct the smoke executions. After that, the code is being pushed into the production server. Code is being pushed into the production server. Getting on? Now my code is live. So end customers can open my business Amazon in Chrome browser, in Firefox browser, in any of them, Microsoft Edge, Safari, Opera, any browser, and being in any platform. So because I already tested my 100 test cases in 3 cycles, doing the same process for many times in all the platforms and all the browsers. Compatible testing also we did that. So end customer also can open your Amazon anywhere. in any browser, any platform. This is the cycle happens in a real time. Okay, fine. So testing is mandated. Without testing, no product is launched or deployed. Fine. So friends, earlier people used to conduct the testing in manually, but nowadays people are conducting testing in a automation. So is automation is replace of manual? No, automation is not replace of manual. So friends, take one example. Are you directly automating the car? If you want to manufacture one car, are you directly automating? No. You having some manual inputs. Based on that, you are converting into the automation. Suppose take, if you want to design a car, first you will be doing some wire framework. Using some AutoCAD tools, you are designing some wire framework, right? That wire framework, manually you are doing some effort. That manually we are automating to produce more. You can't manufacture that car manually all the days. Manually it takes more time. We no guarantee that is a quality, right? That once you make that with the wide framework, you have given to the tool to generate more cars. As you instructed, such a way, my automation is driving to produce more cars, right? In a short time with accuracy, shapes, and all those things is giving, right? So manual, without manual effort, there is no automation, right? So we know manual effort will be there. Then we go to automation. When exactly we go to automation, if anybody asks me, you could say like this. When there is a changes in your application, where we have to conduct the testing. When there is a changes in application, due to the changes, new functionality should work properly and existence functionality should be worked properly. Due to the new impact, new changes, old functionality should not get impacted. For that reason, we have to conduct the testing. Okay? The testing also should happen repeatedly for many platforms and many browsers. Repeatedly, we are doing that. Can we make it manually nowadays? Now every project is a maintenance projects. Everything is a maintenance. Today what we are seeing the feature, tomorrow we may not see that feature. Gradually it will keep on changing the requirements. So take example, e-commerce sites are there. Earlier we have seen that changes long back 6 months or 1 year like this. Now nowadays it's not like that. Today what we are seeing, tomorrow now some more new feature is implementing. Day by day changes are happening, means day by day we have to conduct testing or not. I know. Suppose take friends, I'm having 100 test case, I'm saying like, suppose one person can execute that test cases in a day, 25 test cases he can do it manually. Then 100 test cases, how many days he takes to complete? 4 days. It takes 4 days to complete that. That too, one platform and one browser, like Windows with Chrome. Another 4 days with Windows with Firefox. Another 4 days like this. But I don't have enough time. Within a 1 week, I need to sign off my project. Is it enough time having to conduct testing manually? No. Of course, even you can manage by recruiting more resources, more infrastructure, purchasing the license, and you can make do work. But it's not a good practice. As business person, he will invest 1 rupee, expect 10 rupees, right? $1, he expect $10 in a business. He will not invest $10, he will not expect profit as a $1. It's a loss, right? So manually is not possible conducting testing. So because of these maintenance projects, we never entertain that manual testing because we don't have enough time. We can't give that defect-free product. Of course, you may, okay, even you recruit more people, more resources, you can conduct it manually, but you are doing the repeated task again and again. We are not robots. We are the human beings. We are human beings. At any cost, we get some bugs. So of course we can stretch for more hours in a day also. Actually 8 hours is the working hours. We can work for 15 hours, 12 hours also we can stretch and we can work and complete that. But doing that work should be satisfactory. Repeated task doing again and again, we may vex off. In that situation, you may lose some conscious, you may lose some test cases to test also. Badly, you did the execution in Chrome. One of the test case you did in a Chrome browser. It was worked successfully. The same test case when came to the executive Firefox, you for your negligency, for overconfidence, you may leave the test cases. That test case once deployed to the production server, and the customer has caught that issue. Yes, I'm getting this issue. I'm facing. He can put the case on commercial code, right? So the client is coming. You, Ravi, you said it was clean sheet, but the end customer is saying not working this functionality. You are giving proof of concept for Chrome browser. No, I want Firefox. You escape, right? You escape to do that testing in a Firefox browser, right? This may happen. We can't guarantee that. We can't give the accuracy results when conducting and testing that. And some of the features we may skip off because of lack of time. These are all the disadvantages going with manual testing. To overcome that, we have to come to the automation. So when we come to the automation, in short, we can say, whenever frequent maintenance is happening in your build, there we give chance for conducting the regression. Regression is repeatedly doing the same execution is called regression. Rather than going with manual, we go with automation. So what we do in automation? One-time effort we keep in automating our all 100 test cases into automation script. As you instructed, my scripts are getting drive. At a time, I can execute parallel in multiple systems. One system in Windows with Chrome, one in Windows with Firefox, Windows with Safari, Mac with Chrome, Mac with Safari, Linux with Chrome, Linux with Safari. Multiple systems I can configure. One script can be driving multiple systems and executing in multiple platforms and multiple browsers. As I instructed, my automation scripts is going to be drive. If any of the functionality actually with expected is not reaching, then that is a defect. It will use the fails and takes the screenshots. Once the execution build is done, I will look after that which got failed. If it is really failed, I'll retest once again for my confirmation to raise a defect. If really it is defect, then I'll raise a defect. See, I can get the accuracy result. If both are equal, pass. Not means it gives a fail. One-time effort we have to put for automation that can drive for many times to get that accuracy results. Within a short time, we are getting that. Within one day, we can complete that. Within 24 hours, we can complete our execution build and go with automation. Can it possible in manually? Everything we have to. Suppose in a manual test cases, in one test case, we may have multiple steps, 20 steps, some can have 100 steps. All the steps we have to involve in entering all the fields in manual testing. That's very hectic. It takes more time to complete the flow and doing it manually. And every flow we have to take in screenshots. Right? So everything is hectic. Not waste of time, waste of all those things. So when we go to automation, what is the advantage? We can reduce the time, we can reduce the effort, we can guarantee, we can ensure that my product is defect-free product. These are all the benefits we can gain while going with the automation. Friends, getting? These are the key benefits moving to the automation. Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah, we see now we having so many automation tools are there in the market. We can find many of automation tools are there in the market. So well-known tools, we know bygone days it was QDP, we talk about automation tool. Nowadays we are talking about Selenium. Besides this tool, so many automation tools are there. RPA is there, Race Robot is there, Tosca is there. Like this, so many automation tools are there in the market. But evergreen earlier, now is the earlier it was QDP, now it was Selenium. So now why people are mostly addicted to Selenium, why not QDP? Both are automation tools. Besides, so many automation tools are there. But why only Selenium now? Why not QDP now? Come on, friends. Can anyone?
Because it's an open source.
Which is open source?
Selenium.
Selenium, yeah. What about QDP?
QTP is paid, I believe.
It's a paid license. Okay, fine. So here, friends, before that, let me show you some differences for you. Okay, let me show you some differences. Yeah. So, friends, earlier by boundaries we used QTP as automation tool. Now we are using the Selenium. Why Selenium? Why not QTP? Before that, let's see some differences. Then you'll get some clarity why I'm going with Selenium. So friends, first the QDP name was Mercury, and it was maintained by the Mercury Corporation. And soon after some years, the Mercury team has sold out his Mercury product to the HP, Hewlett Packard. The company has changed the tool from Mercury to the QTP. Since 4.5 years ago, the HP company has sold out his product to the Micro Focus. Micro Focus was changed the name from QDP to the UFT. Current now, the QDP tool name was the, what is that? UFT. The QDP tool name is the UFT. Okay. Of course, these many hands was changed means something has to be get improved. Something that has to be achieved that. But ultimately now they are down to that right now. Now which place has taken space now? Selenium has taken space now. Selenium has taken the space now. Right now, if you are not taking the right choice, then we can not be in the, we cannot sustain the market. Say example, most of the people still say the example Nokia as they are claiming that. Because why? So here, see suppose Nokia has not implemented the smartphones the right time. So who has taken a space there? Who has occupied the space? Samsung by this. Nowadays, the Oppo, Redmi, Realme, like this one place, these are the companies are now in the leading market. So based on that, we have to update our technology. Not only that one, take example for ourselves also. We are keep on working on manual testing. We are not updating our skill set. What happens? We'll be layoff. We'll be getting layoff. So once you update the skills, you'll be in the company, right? Same way, right choice if you taken, you'll be sustain the market. Otherwise, you can't be there. So Selenium has taken a chance in occupying that QDP. So why it has taken chance? First, we can say first point, the disadvantage in QDP is that it is a commercial. It is a licensed software. It is a licensed software. It can be seat license or concrete license. Seat means single user license. Concrete means multi-user license. Anyhow, it is a licensed software. When it is software means it contains .exe file. Software means it contains .exe file, where it is an executable file. We have to purchase it, we have to install it in your system. Where come to the first point in Selenium? Yes, it is an open source, free to use, free of charge. Friends, open source means what? Anyone can see my code. Anyone can see my code. Anyone can change my code. It's an open source. I keep in a GitHub server. I can download your source code. I can do my changes in that already you've been developed. I can do my own libraries. I can implement in that. It's an open source, open text. But QDP is not, because it's a licensed software means some people will be working on that in developing their own libraries. But in Selenium, some open source community will be there. They are defining all the set of libraries. That is the open source. You also can download this source code. You can implement your own with free of cost. With free. Nothing to purchase any license to work with Selenium. And free of charge. Nothing to purchase for this. Free, no charge, and open source. So comparatively, this license means we have to purchase. It is a disadvantage. Here Selenium is advantage because open source, you can customize your own libraries based upon your project requirement. But whereas in QDP, what the QDP community has defined the libraries, that only we have to use that. We can't customize, right? Of course, now in UFT, they are allowing to customize also nowadays. Okay, I heard that. Fine. So first is the advantage. And one more thing, my Selenium is not a software. But my QDP is a software, right? Software means it contains .exe file. It is an installable file. But my Selenium is not a software. It's an API jar file. It's an API jar file. Application Programming Interface. API stands for Application Programming Interface. So, friends, this is the API jar file. It's not a software. Okay. So, my Selenium is the API jar file. It's not software. So my Selenium was developed. My Selenium API jar file was developed using the Java language. You know that my Selenium API jar file was being developed using the Java language. Getting Java language. So any Java program you're developing, it takes the extension .java. Suppose you have developed some libraries, like 100 libraries you define while getting .java files. After developing all the features in Java, using Java language, once you develop all the Selenium libraries, then we have to convert that project into the API jar. Okay, Selenium also developed using Java language, right? So once using Java, every program is saved with as a Java. After completion of that, we have to convert that into the API jar file. Such a way, the Selenium API jar file got introduced. Not only this Selenium API jar file fits, like emergency technologies, like uh, like emergency technologies like Hadoop also, it's not a software, it's also API jar file. That also being developed using the Java language. So the Hadoop community has wants to develop some set of libraries. They have taken the Java help and they have developed some libraries and they convert into the API jar file. Such a way, Hadoop API jar file we call like. These are not software, these are API jar files. If you want to work with the Selenium or if you want to work with the Hadoop, the backbone is what? Java, which means you must install Java. We must download the Java. We must install the Java. On top of, you download this Selenium API jar file, it's free, and configure to your Java project, and you can develop your Selenium automation scripts. If you want to develop the Hadoop projects, you install Java in your system, download the Hadoop API jar files, configure to your current project, use that Hadoop libraries to develop your Hadoop projects. Getting friends? Like this. So my Selenium is not a software, it's an API jar file. Getting? So it depends on the Java. First install Java and you work with the configure the Hadoop Selenium jar files and develop your Selenium automation scripts. So what is a Java? Yes, Java is the platform independent programming language. Java is a platform independent programming language, which means platform independent. So friends, we have various platforms are there. Windows platform, Linux platform, Mac platform, like this. We have many platforms for this are there. My Java can be installed in any of the platform. In Mac I can install, I can work. In Linux and Windows, anywhere I can install, anywhere I can write a program. Friends, in respect to OS where you develop, you want to execute your scripts. Every program will depends on the OS compiler. Every OS having its own compiler in executing the scripts. A Java program developed in Windows will depends on Windows compiler in execute the scripts. Written a Java program in Mac, it will take care of Mac OS compiler to execute the Java programs. Every OS having its own compiler. But writing a Java program in Windows platform can execute in Mac platform without any compiler dependencies. Even compilers are valid, there is no dependency. Writing a Java program in Windows can execute in Mac. Writing a Java program in Mac can execute in Linux platform. There is no compiler dependency. That's why my Java is a platform independent programming language because there is no dependency. Write once, execute it anywhere in the OS. That's why Java is a platform independent programming language. That's why using the Java language, the Selenium is developed means what are the features available for Java? Same features applicable to Selenium also. That's the reason. Once I develop my Selenium automation scripts, can try to execute in many platforms and many browsers because it having the properties of Java. Because Selenium was developed by the Java language. Java is a platform independent. Write a code in one platform, can execute in any platform. Getting friends? Advantage. So first point we find the advantage here. This disadvantage in QDP it's a commercial software. You have to purchase it. But whereas in Selenium, it is open source, free to use, and free of charge. Get it? Yeah. Come to the second point in QDP. So can only run test in IE browser. So dedicatedly, once you purchase license of QDP, it allows to execute dedicatedly in IE browser. But if you want to execute in remaining browsers, we have to purchase the add-ons. In the case of when it was maintained by HP Handbook packet, it's a QDP. Now it was overtaken by Micro Focus. They are allowing to execute in remaining browsers also. No need to purchase the add-ons for Chrome and Firefox. Okay, along with IE, these also nowadays they are executing without purchasing any add-ons for the Firefox and Chrome. Now, coming to the second point in Selenium, can run tests across different browsers with free of cost. Nothing to pay any versions, driver versions to execute in any of the browsers. The thing is, if you want to execute in a Chrome browser, Chrome driver exe drivers is required. So friends, in your laptop, if you want to play the music, audio drivers are required or not? Similar way, which browser you supposed to execute, that browser drivers is required. Firefox drivers, Chrome drivers, like this. So every browser is encouraged to execute. The thing is, which browser you execute, that browser drivers you download it free and configure, and you can execute in any browser with free of cost advantage. Coming to second point in QDP, yes, it can be used in Windows and Unix platforms. So my QDP scripts can work on Windows and Unix platforms, not the Linux and Solaris, right? So coming to the Selenium, yes, it supports all the OS platforms like Windows, Mac, and Linux because my Selenium was developed using Java language. Java supports all the platforms. Same, my Selenium also supports executing all the platforms. Advantage right here? Yes. Come to the fourth point in QDP. It supports VB scripting and Java scripting. Friends, you are doing automation. You must have some common language to instruct how to recognize the elements. So here QDP supports two language bindings. One is VB scripting and is the Java scripting. Here, what is the communication between us in the training? English is the common language. Same. If you want to write your automation scripts, you must use some common programming language. That QDP supports VB scripting and Java scripting. Use any of these language bindings, you can develop your automation scripts in a QDP. And whereas come to the fourth point in Selenium, yes, it supports many programming languages like Java, C#, Ruby, and Python. Many programming languages my Selenium supports. That too, like emergency languages like Python, Ruby, and upcoming languages Go programming. Okay, and those also supporting them. Kotlin is one of the programming, not Catalan. Kotlin is one of the programming language. I will show you all those things. It's newly 3 months ago they have started developing new features in Selenium. Some more language bindings are supporting. Not only this, what I given here, some more language bindings. Go programming is a Google programming language. That also going to be supported coming feature. And Kotlin, PHP, R language, all these languages are also going to be supported. Since 3 months, the development has started implementing slowly all those things. As of now, these are the available language bindings, are also Java scripting also. These are the 5 language bindings which my Selenium supports in automating the automation scripts. Getting advantage, right? Many programming languages like emergency language also now supporting now. That's why day by day it is becoming popular. Because open source, lot of sponsorships also is there for Selenium. That's why day by day it was growing. There was no duplication. Even any automation tools comes. See, so many tools came besides the QDP. But who has sustained the market? Selenium. Because powerful languages. If your sounds good in Java, if you sounds good in Python, you can play any kind. We can define our own libraries for your current requirements. Getting? Yes. So come to the fifth point in QDP. Yes, QDP is not a cross-platform. That's true. It only supports only 2 platforms, not a Linux platform. That's why it's not 100% cross-platform tool. 100% it's not. But whereas Selenium, yes, it 100% it's a cross platform. It is supporting in Windows, Mac, and Linux, right? Advantage. And coming to the sixth point in QDP, yes, can execute in parallel, but using QC and ALM tools, which are again paid license. Friends, so one test case I need to execute for many times in executing in many platforms and many browsers. So shall I continue my executions one after other or parallel I need to complete? Parallelly. If I continue one by one, it takes more time to complete my execution period. So if suppose 100 test cases are there, 100 test case I want to run a Chrome, Firefox and IE. Once 100 done in a Chrome, then I need to run in a Firefox? No, it will take more time. So instead of that, I will be having multiple systems. Each system I was configuring Windows with Chrome. Second system 2 I was configuring Windows with Firefox. Next third system in a Windows with Safari, like this I was configuring. So I was driving my executions in connecting to all the missions in driving parallel, where I can reduce my time period, execution time period, right? Within a time I can complete my executions. Here in working with QDP, there is one advantage, parallel executions, where we can cut down the execution time period, right? And but here one disadvantage is we have to use that management tools like quality center, ALM management tools. These are the licensed softwares. With the help of these licensed tools only, we can implement the parallel executions. Besides the advantage, there is a disadvantage. We have to purchase the license cost, right? Of course, we can do parallel, but the thing is we have to purchase the license for this. But come to the Selenium, yes, it supports serial and parallel executions with the help of the TestNG framework. Friends, TestNG framework is a Java defined framework. If anything is defined by Java, that is a free. Even Selenium WebDriver is an API Java that also developed by Java. Is it free or not? Now, TestNG framework also is developed by the Java. It is a Java defined framework. It's also free or not? Yes. With the help of the TestNG API Jar, download that, configure your current project, and you can implement the parallel executions with free of cost. And what is the yes. Now come to the seventh point in QDP. Yes, it supports for web and Windows-based automation. My QDP can automate Windows applications as well web applications. Both kind of applications my QDP can automate. Where come to the Selenium? Yes, will supports to work with the web applications only. Okay, web applications only. So it will not support to automate Windows. So nowadays everything is web, right? That means the applications which are opened through browser is called web applications, right? So my Selenium purely automates web applications. If any Windows desktop applications comes, means will not support. There are some more open source tools are there. AutoIT, Simply, okay, and robots like this. So many open source tools are there which to automate Windows kind of elements. So my Selenium will not. Purely web applications only my Selenium will automate. Getting on? Yes. Now let's come to the eighth point in QDP. Test scripts can be developed. Test scripts can be developed only in a QDP editors. Test scripts can be developed only in QDP editors. So once you purchase the license of QDP itself, it is providing QDP editors. In that QDP editors only, using either of these language bindings, VB scripting or Java scripting, we can develop your automation scripts in the QDP editors. Getting? And whereas Selenium is an open source, friends, everything separately we have to download it. So where I can write my automation scripts in Selenium, we have to download separately the environment IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment, where I can develop in some IDEs. Like we have various test scripts IDEs are there. Test scripts can be developed in various IDEs like Eclipse, Visual Studio, NetBeans, IntelliJ. Any of them we have to separately download it. There we have to develop your automation scripts. Getting friends? While seeing the differences, which can be comfortable, Selenium being as an open source, providing lot many features, lot many language bindings, lot many platforms, lot many browsers, having large user base, helping community. Friends, for open source, can we expect any services? No, right? Being as an open source, lot of sponsorships are there. Lot of communities are supporting for Selenium. That's why it was making grow up day by day. That's why Selenium is becoming more stronger and stronger. Maybe. See friends, see in the glance, why do we prefer Selenium automation tool? Means first we can say it's a free and open source and have a large user base helping community even though it is an open source, and cross browser testing is supporting with free of cost, cross platform testing is supporting, and multi programming language supporting like Java, C#, Ruby and Python. Due to these main key features, the Selenium is becoming more and more powerful. If you want, we can define our own libraries using any of the language bindings and we can make use in your project. Friends, is everyone clear? Any doubts here, friends? Any doubts here?
No.
Okay. So that's it, the demo session for today, friends. Tomorrow I'll be doing all the installation parts in your system, friends. Tomorrow I'll take one of you as a screen share. I'll be instructing you from here. So how to install those things, you everyone follow to install in your systems as well. Okay, tomorrow we'll see that all the installation parts like installing Java in your system, installing Eclipse, because to write your automation scripts you must install Java, and to write your automation scripts you must have one integrated environment IDE like Eclipse. We'll be downloading that and we'll be talking about that Java API documentation, and we'll see that creating the project structure, package structure, class structure, interfaces with the standards, how to create all those things. We'll see in the tomorrow's session. Hope everyone is clear, right? Today's session.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes, you will be getting the notes, friends. And once the class is done, you can expect the recordings through Google Drive. I'll be sharing to everyone once the class was done in every day, and you can expect that notes also in advance. I'll be sharing you in a Google Drive, and also assignments. I'll be giving concept based. What we are discussing, the concept based. I'll be giving some assignment, friends, for you. You can practice those also. So friends, once again, I was saying that this is a job oriented training. It's not normal training. It's a project oriented training. Here we are giving the project. Every class is the very interactive session should be there. If you miss one class, next class you can't catch up. Everything is internal. Friends, please try to understand. Be regular to the class. Trust me, believe me, get into the job. My classes will be help you to make you put experience 6 to 8 years you can put, and you can happily you can go and work hands on. Yeah, go ahead. Any doubts?
So where I find the recording, sir?
So I'll be sharing through Google Drive.
With our mail ID.
Yes.
Yeah.
To your mail ID, I'll be sharing it through Google Drive. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, friends. Okay. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. We'll meet tomorrow, same time. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.